Hello there! Are you a Primary 7 candidate getting ready for your PLE? Well, if so, you are exactly in the right place. Welcome to this Math Explainer, where we're going to tackle a really exciting topic together. We are diving into probability. Now, I know math can sometimes feel like just a bunch of numbers on a page, but today we're going to look at it a whole different way. I'm going to be your teacher today, and step by step, we're going to master this topic so that by the time you sit for your exams, you will be completely confident. Okay, let's jump right in.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered if you can predict the future? Seriously, think about it. When you toss a coin up into the air, before it even hits the ground, can you determine exactly what you're going to get? The truth is, we just can't know in advance. We can't see the future. But what if I told you that we can actually use mathematics to measure what might happen?
Because we can't predict things perfectly before they happen, we use a special math concept, and that concept is probability. Simply put, probability is just the chance of an event happening. That's literally it. It's a way for us to measure the chances of something taking place when the outcome isn't known ahead of time. Whenever we do an experiment where we just don't know the end result for sure, we use probability to understand our chances.
Now, what's really cool is how we actually calculate that chance. We have a golden formula for probability, exactly as you're going to see it in your study materials. It says probability equals the chances of an event happening divided by the total number of possible outcomes. Take a really good look at this. Whenever you get a question on probability in your PLE, this right here is the magic tool you need to pull out of your toolbox. Let's break down how to use this golden formula so it's super easy to remember. There are just two simple steps you need to follow. Step 1, you need to find the top part of the fraction, which is the chances of an event happening. That just means asking yourself, how many ways can I get exactly what I'm looking for? And then step 2, you find the bottom part, which is the total number of possible outcomes. This just means asking how many different results are possible altogether. So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding those total possible outcomes. Let's practice with our coin. I want you to picture a normal coin in your hand right now. If we toss it, how many total possible outcomes does that single coin actually have? I'll give you a second. Just think about the faces of a coin. How many sides are there?
Yep, you guessed it. The answer is 2. A coin only has 2 sides, so whenever we're talking about tossing a single coin, our total number of possible outcomes will always be exactly 2. That becomes the bottom number in our probability formula.
And those 2 sides are, of course, a head and a tail. Now, what if an exam question asks you, what is the chance of getting a head? Well, let's just use our steps. A coin has only one head, so the chance of getting a head is 1. And we already know the total possible outcomes are 2. Therefore, the probability of getting a head is 1 out of 2. It really is that simple.
All right, let's keep the momentum going and see how this builds when we change the object. What happens if we roll a die instead of tossing a coin? Think of the dice you use when you're playing Ludo at home. You know how hard it is to get a 6 when you really need one to get your token out? How many faces does a die have? How many total possible outcomes are there when you roll it?
Let's just count them out together. If you roll a die, you could get a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. That means there are exactly 6 sides. So the total number of possible chances or outcomes is 6. Anytime you see a question about a standard die in your exams, just write down the number 6 as your total possible outcomes.
Okay, pop quiz time. Here is a question for you to try. If we roll that die, what is the probability that a 5 will show up? Remember our formula. Step 1, find the chances of the event happening. So how many 5s are actually on that die? And step 2, put that over the total number of possible outcomes. Try to calculate it in your head right now. Did you figure it out? Let's check. The probability of getting a 5 is 1 over 6. But why? Because a 5 is only one side of the die. All 6 sides have perfectly equal chances of appearing. Therefore, rolling a 5 has exactly 1 chance out of 6 possible outcomes. Excellent work if you got that one correct.
You are doing absolutely fantastic. Since you've already mastered the simple coin and the simple die, let's try something a little bit harder that very often comes up in the PLE. We're going to look at prime and composite numbers using that exact same die. Don't worry though, you already have all the knowledge you need for this. First things first, let's remind ourselves what these numbers actually are. A prime number is a number that has only 2 factors, 1 and itself. So if we look at the numbers on a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the prime numbers are 2, 3, and 5. On the other hand, a composite number has more than 2 factors. The numbers on our die that are composite are 4 and 6. And remember, pay super close attention here. The number 1 is neither prime nor composite. Let's use our golden formula to find the probability of rolling a prime number. Step 1, count the chances. We just saw the prime numbers are 2, 3, and 5. That gives us 3 chances. Step 2, what are the total outcomes? Well, the die has 6 sides, so it's 6. Step 3, we just put them together. The probability of getting a prime number is 3 out of 6. See, even with slightly trickier concepts like prime numbers, the probability formula works perfectly every single time.
You have done brilliantly so far. Now, are you ready to practice a real word problem together? This is exactly the kind of question you might see popping up in Section B of your math exam. You know the formula, you know the steps, let's totally crush this.
Listen carefully to this one and try to visualize it in your mind. In a basket, there are 8 red pens, 4 blue pens, and 7 black pens. Can you picture that basket full of all those colorful pens just mixed up together?
Now here is your final challenge question. If you close your eyes and pick one pen at random out of that basket, what is the probability of choosing a blue pen? Take a deep breath, think about our 2 steps. What's the chance of getting a blue pen? And what is the total number of possible outcomes? Okay, let's solve it together. Step 1, we need to find the total possible outcomes, which just means finding the total number of pens in the basket. We add 8 plus 4 plus 7, which equals 19 total pens. Step 2, we find the chances of our specific event happening. The question asks for a blue pen. How many blue pens are there? There are exactly 4. Step 3, we pop it into our formula. The probability is 4 out of 19, you see? Just by breaking it down, you can solve literally any probability word problem. Well, we've reached the end of our Math Explainer today, and I am so incredibly proud of the focus you've shown. We've learned that while we might not be able to predict the future perfectly, we can definitely calculate the chances using probability. Now, I have one final challenge for you. Look around your home or your classroom right now. Where else can you see probability happening? Maybe it's the chance of drawing a certain card from a deck, picking a specific fruit from a bowl, or even predicting if it's going to rain tomorrow. If you can master probability, you basically hold the mathematical secret to predicting the world around you. Keep calculating those chances, and you are going to absolutely ace your PLE. Until next time, keep learning.